There we are. Hey, the other state of hockey. We still need to get more music in the show.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah, we gotta go. So Frank Mink and Derek Hender, we have put this show together just to follow up on what's going on in the state of Iowa and the NHL. But what guys that come through here, we follow the NHL period. We talk about hockey ins and outs. So we started the show, and this is now our second week. But we know we didn't introduce. Hey, do you have a camera in there, Maddie? Our producer. We have a producer. Her name is Maddie, and so she used to be part of a show with me before, and just the worst producer you could ever ask for. I almost quit a couple of times.
You hear the bus coming, Maddie?
So anyway, somehow we got the draft pick again, and it was the 28th draft pick, and Maddie was left. So we figured we at least know the beast that we're dealing with Maddie.
Hey, no one else would take you.
No one else would take me. You're right. When we started this new show, they were like, "Oh, we have a whole list of producers," and they're like, "Well, who's this new show?" "Oh, it's Frank Minke coming back in to do."
I think I get a thing on a day with some people.
And it's funny. I think Maddie had been like retired because she's what? What are you, like 25 months pregnant right now?
Feels like it. Yeah. 7.
So you're stuck in here with us. So. Anyway, I want to introduce Maddie, and she used to have a camera in there. I think she doesn't. She's just lying to us. But
this guy around.
Yeah, we're going to turn the camera around on you.
There you go.
So, back to the other state of hockey. Man, a lot going on.
A lot going on. My favorite time of year, man. For starts, there is no such thing as the off season. Let's get rid of that term.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there is no off season.
Right out of the gate. So, just like you said last week, got a lot of great chirps from people, a lot of good feedback.
I had a good prediction. 1 game off.
Yeah, one game off, and only half right.
How was I half right?
Well, Bobby did score.
Bobby scored 2.
Scored 2.
What did I say?
You said 1 and a 1-0 win.
I said he had 2 points.
No, you got 2 goals.
Yeah. And when I say 2 points, I meant a goal and assist, really. But either way.
Okay. All right,
it's
Nostradamus.
kind of like boxing. Yeah, it's like, boxing numbers. And
all right, Nostradamus. Yeah. Good for you. So, actually, now this being our second week, I guess we're no longer rookies. So I was listening to NHL online this morning, and PJ Stock was on, and he was talking about his first full-time gig as a radio announcer in Ottawa. And they gave him a 3-hour block, and he went in with all prepared with his notes and everything else. And he realized about 8 minutes into the show, he was completely out of material.
Nothing.
So if we start just staring blankly at the screen and, making animal grunts at each other or whatever, then or surfing the internet or whatever, you know what happened.
You'll just hear, so, Derek, what do you think about them extra lines behind the goal net? We'll just make up something. I don't know. I've never played with them before.
Exactly. So, anyways, first thing we're going to do is we're going to give a shout out. We got one of our boys, Iowa Wild equipment manager, Nathan Beliveau, packed up this morning and headed back home to the East Coast, to St. John, New Brunswick. He is probably he's probably about halfway there right now. So, Nate, hands at 10 and 2. Keep eyes open. Pull over if you're tired. You're not going to win a medal or anything here, but safe travels, brother. And we'll see you on the other side.
And he'll be back, right? I mean, he'll be back, as far as you know.
We're hoping, yes. All things are indicating that he will be, but he's a great guy to have around. And
he's a Canadian, right?
Yes,
right?
Hopeless Canadian.
Does he sneak does he sneak over the border? I mean, or does he do all the paperwork?
No, he's legal.
Is he legal?
Yeah, he's legal.
I'm going to check next time I see him.
All right, fair enough. So we just go, lots of great stuff last week. We had the first round was pretty much over with the exception of Game 7 tonight.
Big one.
What's better than Game 7, right? So just quickly, we had Habs and Sens. Habs won 4-2. Your boy Bobby finally got off the snake bit ride there, so he got a couple. First one was pretty ugly, little butterfly.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I thought the other guy tipped it in. I bet he didn't.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, they all count, right?
Yeah, he does count. So.
Nothing on the board says there's no asterisks on the board for ugly goals. So
I just want to say this about Ottawa, though. I really see them going play. Like, I see they're building something there, and I love that Bobby's a big part of it. I mean, we talked about that, but
we got to get him on the show.
Well, we already started that.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I'm already on it.
Yep.
I
mean, it was a tight series for a team that came on late in the season and started putting it together.
In the mid-season, they were not.
No, they were not good.
I mean, they're in that, just like in Montreal. I mean, sure, it's a little bit less than in Montreal. The press is all over them. And that's one thing that's been changed for Bobby up there. And some other guys have gone up there. It's like It's not like if you're playing in LA, even in New York. I mean, you might have a couple of pages, but
Yep.
there it's the whole sports section.
Yeah, I mean, literally, the guys in LA could walk down the street in New Jersey half the time and no one would recognize them. Probably dragging the cup behind them and no one would notice.
A couple guys now though, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Anaheim's the same way.
Yep.
It's
I'm
just
sure Bobby's not used to that kind of atmosphere.
Well, there's a, not to stay on Bobby, but there's a great video where after he got traded up to Ottawa and he walked
saw
up to
that.
people
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, what do you think about this trade with Bobby?" And so everyone knows hockey. They're like, "Oh," like that, and they didn't even know it was him. It was super funny.
So it was a tight series. So we had a great goaltending matchup. Anderson came out of nowhere, out of the shadow of the Hamburger.
Didn't start the series.
Didn't start. Hamburger got chased. Anderson came in and was just lights out.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of good things for that team. We had Caps.
Mentioning lights out, I'm playing Huff and Puff tonight against the older guys.
There you
I'm
go.
playing in the net. I
Are you the
got
Huff
the
or
call.
Puff?
I got the call in. I'm playing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm trying at least get. I only let maybe 7.
We have a
by.
thing on the show about being emergency goalies. So
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm getting my mass pain with 911 on the chin. So we had Caps and Islanders. Another 7-gamer there. Pretty even back and forth. Lots of tight stuff.
did not expect Ireland. I expect them to at least go final round. I thought they were going to be in it for a
Yeah,
long
they
haul.
struggled. They got into it late in the season. They got it. They ran aground and just couldn't put it back on. So,
And then another shout out to someone we're trying to get on is Matt Donovan plays
Yeah.
for. So he got his first NHL playoff experience. I think 3rd game into that series. So it was great to watch him play, and I've been following him, known him for a long time. So
Yep.
anyway, I was excited for him, but then I was sad when in Game 7
Yeah.
he got a game misconduct, and I still haven't seen it yet. I
Really?
asked him, and he didn't explain anything. He's just soggy about whatever, but he didn't answer what happened. So he got a 10-minute game misconduct, like his first game in.
all of a sudden, he can't speak English, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well, he's
yeah.
from Oklahoma, so he should. He's one of the only NHLers from Oklahoma.
Really? Okay. All right, that was not an earthquake. That was the
I know,
floor
I
Zamboni going by there. So
If I was in LA, I would think that was.
yeah. One thing of note: that's the last games at Nassau County Coliseum.
Yep.
That's the oldest remaining barn in the league, I believe.
Mhm.
And she's going to be retired. They're moving to the Barclay Center.
Still on Long Island, right?
No, it's in.
They're not moving to
Brooklyn.
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 Okay. Already moved. See, I heard that. I was just there at the Coliseum, so like I don't know, a month ago. So it's kind of it is an old place. I mean, it's not like Bucks Arena, which the Bucks Arena is. I love its barn, but
Yeah.
it's cold.
So we had Rangers and Pens. Rangers 4-1, which I'm not surprised. I actually thought the Pens put up more of a fight than I thought that they probably had in them.
Yeah. Well,
Fleury played well. Too many injuries on the back end for Pittsburgh.
yeah, and they got rid of D even earlier on in the year, or off season. Even though there's not off season, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Before the season started, they had trades and lost some guys in the free agency. But you still think with the talent and with the crowds and with the fan base there, you go out and you get you can't just live off of your scoring. I mean, not in this league anymore.
Yeah.
So
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Fleury played strong, which was uncharacteristic considering the struggles he's had. He's had it hot and colds, but Crosby Malkin didn't really.
one game, the
Yeah.
game they won.
Yeah. But once again, just outgunned. They were all so maybe next year we'll see what happens. So teeing up Game 7 tonight, Tampa versus they're in Tampa tonight. Tampa Detroit. This has been back and forth. Each team has traded wins, so nobody's put 2 wins together.
And this series is crazy. Actually, this is one of the craziest series so far. A couple of the games were blowouts.
Yep.
And then the other ones were tight. And it
Yep.
was like, sometimes when you start seeing blowouts in the playoffs, you're like, this team's got the other team. They got their number. It's done now.
Yeah.
But it was like a 5-1 game, and then it was 3-2. Then it was a 6-1 game the other way.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy series. And the stats we were talking before the show. The stats are kind of crazy. Like who would you think in that would have the penalty minutes?
You'd think someone like Cromwell or someone like that.
And who is it? It's Stamkos.
Yep.
12 minutes.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
He's frustrated. Well, part of the frustration comes into the fact that he's not scored.
Not one goal.
Scored 43 in the regular season, not one so far in the playoffs. Zetterberg, same thing.
Yeah,
so they're doing a
Zetterberg.
good job shutting on top line. But so they're getting a lot of good secondary
Our
scoring.
boy Drew Miller scored a nice one too.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you
Secondary
go.
scoring. Secondary scoring. So even, you're talking about these games being lopsided a little bit, still seeing a lot of great play. Mrazek made a couple of outstanding saves in a game that he was getting shelled on. So, Hey, it is the playoffs. So a couple things for tonight. Detroit's going to be hurting. They got a couple of big guys out. They got Zidlicki's out with a concussion. And the aforementioned Mr. Cronwall got a 1-game suspension for the hit.
I seen that, and that's one game. If that was probably regular season, it might have been a 2 or 3 gamer.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So
thing is, a couple things I didn't like about it. Left his feet, but he did the turn his back into him, hit him, and then managed to get the elbow up right into his jaw when he missed him. So left his feet, elbow to the head, but I was never a fan of that throw the back into him stuff.
Who did he hit? Do you remember who it was?
He hit Kucherov.
Is he, and how is he?
He's got a bunch of assists right now for Tampa. So
and he's not out from the hit or anything, right?
No. And the funny thing is, he even came out and said, "Well, I had my head down, and guy's not going to come out and say, yeah, I got slammed."
Yeah.
These guys, Warrior Code, right? These guys are saying that they're made of steel, and they're not going to say they're hurt until they're cleaning their locker out.
I seen 2 people get their heads rung pretty good this year, and both of them, after I texted, said, "Man, you're right." Both of them said the same thing. I got caught looking at the puck, staring at the puck.
Yep.
If you ain't Picasso, you can stop staring at your work.
Exactly. You don't admire it. West. So we got the Wild beat the Blues in a 4-2. So once again, like we said last week, the Blues big guns never showed up.
Yeah, they did not.
Oshie, Backus, Stasny, Tarasenko, those guys really didn't factor.
He had a hat trick, Tarasenko, right? He had a hat trick the second game. He got the last one was an open netter.
Yeah.
So right, he was. Yeah, he had a hat trick.
You could be right. Right. I thought I had.
Might be pulling that out of the old crap file.
The back pocket there.
Yeah.
Goaltending, I think, was a big thing actually that let down St. Louis. Allen was their man who was carrying them. He struggled. Brought in Elliott at one point, and what can you do? I mean, Elliott wasn't obviously their go-to guy. Allen's still a first-year guy in the NHL.
Right.
It's tough. It's a tough way to get broken in.
And that Wild goalie, he's big, right? What's he like?
6'5", 6'6", something like that. He's a tree.
I mean, when he's down in a butterfly, he's still covering the top of the net.
His feet are on the post and his shoulders are over the net, so it doesn't give you a whole lot to shoot at.
No.
So
now, who they get this round? That's not determined.
It's already
yet.
settled. Yeah, the Wild are playing Chicago.
That's right. Wow.
Remake of 2012, I believe it was, when a young fellow by the name of Josh Harding came out of nowhere as an emergency start for Backstrom and stood on his head. Still lost the series, but I remember him being absolutely outstanding. Once again, Josh Harding, a alumni of the Iowa Wild.
Yes, he is. Yeah, and what's funny with this series coming up is that I just don't see them beating Chicago, but then again too, I thought that the Blues were going to wind up taking them further, at least maybe Game 7. But so
well, and taking on with that, you look at Hawks beating the Preds. The big thing I think for that is you got Kane coming back. Kane's looking like himself. The team is clicking. They have a great offensive. The big thing is going to be right now they're going to live and die by Crawford because Darling struggled. They put Crawford back in the clinching game. You got to stay with the guy who got you the cup.
And I can't remember, and from all my years of watching, which is from birth, I've never seen a team go back and forth with a goalie and win the Stanley Cup. I've seen them go far. I've seen teams go far where they would just switch in and out goalies when one got hot for a little bit or one lost one game in a series. I've never seen a team ride 2 goalies. Have you?
The only way I've seen them do that is if the starter gets rocked, the backup comes in and rides it. That's the only and
that's
still
always
got to
that
go back to your guy
story,
who's got the paycheck.
It's always that great story.
Yeah.
Not a goalie, but one of the stories was Toby Peterson. I think we might have talked about him last week too, but he was basically like a healthy scratch in the year with Dallas. And then he came here to Iowa for a minute, went back up there, and he had one of the greatest playoff series, took him pretty far, and it was he got a big contract the next year too, so good for him. So
you got to wonder though for that Predators team that's built on D to be missing Shea Weber.
Yeah. What was his injury?
He had surgery for a dislocated kneecap. So it said he's out for 4 to 6, but I've actually done that injury several times. It's not a whole lot of fun, but for a team that's built from the D out, they got strong goaltending, strong Ds. It's the image of Barry Trotz, and they just struggled right now. So you got to wonder what that had to do with it. Ducks and Jets, no surprises there.
No. Not
Ducks
at all.
are just a complete team. They were quietly just came in and kicked the living tar. They are outshot, out hit, out skated, out everythinged.
And that's what the Ducks do to you.
Yeah,
And I mean, and
they just run you down.
yeah, you can't hide that fourth line that you
Yep.
keep around. So,
Yep.
but before we get back onto the Ducks, because we're about to cut up on to a hard break here, and Maddie's over there freaking out. I mean, calm down.
Jeez. Decaf.
Banging on the
Decaf,
glass,
Maddie.
like banging on the glass over there. So, so anyway, this is the other state of hockey. We're gonna come back. What do we got for the next segment, by the way?
Oh, we'll just finish off a little
Let's
bit
finish
about
up
the
with the
NHL.
Ducks. I want to talk a little bit more about the Ducks.
Yep,
So.
we'll talk a little bit about that. Then we'll get into our local section.
Locals. So come back with us. We'll be right back and pay some bills and see you on the other side, on the other state of hockey.
Remax Real Estate Concept Studios. This is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah!
If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places. Especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's AMCO on Hickman Road in front of Kmart, and it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give AMCO on Hickman a chance to serve you. And tell them Max sent you.
Put me in, coach. Put me in. All right. We are back. Back to the other state of hockey. We got some interesting stuff going on here. So we're going to keep this going. Again, we want to keep this going even past the playoffs, but we're definitely going to ride this out to the Stanley Cup. I mean,
sure.
And then we'll have, our draft series because we got there's some big names coming out. And I mean, that was a huge draft thing. Like,
Yep.
So, I mean, not as big as the Eric Lindros thing, but I always go back to what I know. Actually, I remember hearing about it. I was just too young and not following it too much, but I mean, I knew that we were supposed to get this big name, but he was big for a while. I'll give you what, people talk about Eric Lindros a lot, and I'm talking to Derek Hender, my co-host, cohort, backup tender, I don't know what the hell you call him, but
You've called me a lot worse.
I have called you a lot worse. So he gave me a lot of memories, good hockey memories, but also my birthday, man, my wife for my birthday got me playoff tickets. I think it was Game 6, Flyers, Devils.
Yeah.
he comes back from injury. Everyone's like, "We got this.
That
We're
was
going
when
to
he
Stanley
went
Cup."
end of the first period winning 1-on-3, and Stevens introduced him to Mr. Joe for shoulder pad.
Dude, Lindros was notorious. You know what? He played with his head down a lot.
You know why?
Because coming up, he was always the biggest dude.
He was 6'5" when he was 12 years old.
That's right. So people weren't running into him like that.
Right. He could look down the skates.
Yeah. So
Brothers the same way.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when people talk about going pro. I mean, hockey's one of the same thing with football, though. You know, Tebow is a great example. Just get on the football for a second. Since the Eagles just signed him, that's great. The guy can't read a defense, and the defense is too fast. From college, he was a stud. You go up to the NFL, boy, them guys are a lot faster.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's Flutie in the CFL.
it's just like you know, if you go to a Bucks game, you go to an AHL game, and then you go to an NHL game, and you're like, my God, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you can watch me play.
Yeah. All right. So we're wrapping up. There you
Sorry,
go.
we found sound effects in the office, so.
Any others Frank may have made himself. So Vancouver, Calgary, the little engine that could.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Well,
said,
how far are they going to go?
I
really?
know. I mean, you got to wonder. I mean, you know, and I'm not knocking any of my guys that are Calgary fans by any means, but you know, outside this team, there's outside the guys who follow this team, they're a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, they are a bunch of nobodies.
You know, Hoodler's probably the only recognizable name to most people.
And
He played with
was
Detroit.
Detroit was his big stand,
Yep,
right?
Yep. And he's hands. He's point of game type guy. But you know, they got
Dude,
bunch of
they played
retreads.
Ducks, don't they?
yeah.
That might be a quick one.
Yeah, it might be a quick
You know what? Them
Hill-
winning that series might have been their
Yeah,
cup.
that was their cup.
Yeah.
I mean, they hadn't made the playoffs in forever. Hiller going home though. Hiller was let go by Anaheim,
yeah.
so that might
That's
be a
right.
little bit of stank in that one.
Yeah,
So,
he's a good kid too. What's funny is, you know, you think about that's going to be, but those guys shout out him in practice. Do you think that matters? Do you think that the shooters know him better, or he knows the shooters better?
I don't know. It goes both ways. You know, it's all
It's not
about
that type of
adapting.
show, Derek.
Yeah,
So,
we're not. It's okay.
it's all right. It's cool.
It's Iowa. So my big rant on this, Vancouver. I'm so tired of Vancouver. I mean, my old coach, I can say that, Willie Desjardins from Texas last year. He's inherited, you know, Tortorella's mess. But there's just not enough firepower in that lineup. You got a couple of guys there. I'm over the Sedin boys.
What happens if we split them up? Do you think that work, or do you think they go off into the sunset?
They're going to retire the same day. They sign their contracts the same day. They even do their facial hair the same way and everything. They got to be on the same
one-
line altogether. The whole
Is that really they have to? I mean, if that's stated,
I don't
work-
know if they have to, but
no, I
they-
mean, I know it's not in their contract, but do you think they've been, you know, just keep them together? Or?
yeah, they were drafted 1-2.
How'd they get that one too? I always wonder.
Vancouver did a lot of wheeling and dealing for that. Yeah.
like the Eric Lindros deal.
Wow, we
Let me
could
go
actually
back.
break that down of the trade, how that turned out, and the players that were in that trade. There was a lot of big star power in that.
For the years that the Sedins had, I mean, there was some good years.
Yeah, but they're not worth all the fuss of who's going to play between them and all this kind of stuff because they're not 30 goal scorers. And
They have Kessler, down in Anaheim now.
Yep,
Is it Kessler?
yep. Chase him out.
So, and he's doing okay down in Anaheim.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not a one-liner guy, but when you have Perry and all those guys up there.
Yep.
But with the Sedins, the thing is that they always say they can't, and they always talk about that European hockey. They're like, you keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they kind of give in because it's just not the style they play. I've seen them play a little rough, but maybe it's true a little bit. Maybe they just don't have
be.
that. Yeah. I mean, that's what the Bruins did to them. They
Yep.
just pounded them and pounded them.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep. So, do you have anything else you want to throw in on the Ducks?
On the Ducks, just no. I mean, I just think this is the big year. I think they might. It's gonna, and I don't think it's my. I do predict the Ducks, and I don't want to see. I'm giving away my pick already, but I don't think the Rangers are going to make it. But everyone's thinking that's what it's going to be. Ducks and
Rangers are going to be a tough team. Right now, the East is looking. We have Washington and Rangers. I think Rangers will roll over Washington. You have
if Tampa Bay would have won this one right out
Yeah.
and been at won at 4-1
Yeah.
against the Wings, I think I would have been maybe looking at them.
Yep.
But they traded with the Flyers for who'd they get for him? That big tall defenseman. Jeez. Anyway, they made a trade for this guy for the Flyers, and he hasn't even played. He isn't even on the lineup.
Yeah.
So
Great pick there.
yeah, great pick. Good job.
Yeah, good job. So Canadians draw either Tampa or Detroit. I'm personally hoping for Detroit because we've not beaten Tampa this year. Anyways, that's the side. Other side, we've got
That's
Calgary and
different now,
Anaheim.
though, too. Though, I mean, I don't ever follow when people are, we had their number all year. When it comes to the playoffs,
Yeah.
there's guys, hockey players, and that's what makes them different. I think from a lot of. I was just talking to a guy about this the other day. What makes them different, especially in the playoffs, something comes out.
Yeah.
That's that true hockey player, great. I'll play with broken ribs.
Yep.
And so there's guys that are like, I couldn't stop Stamkos all season. He had my number.
Yeah.
Now they're
But they're talking about, guys playing hurt. Everybody's hurt right now.
yeah.
Everybody's hurting. Everybody's got
There's a lot of
some
ice
kind of
packs.
lingering something. Yep. There's ice packs, hot, icy hots, you name it.
I've never seen that because I've never worked for a team that made it to the playoffs. So,
But you see it during the year. Towards the end of the year, guys are hobbling around like old men
yeah.
in the room
You
ahead of
do,
time.
and when they're on a good run, you
Yeah.
see it, because
Yeah.
guys are starting to give up the body more on the pucks.
Absolutely.
So I don't see Montreal. I wouldn't worry too much. Either one because
Got to score. West, Calgary, Anaheim, Hawks and Wild. I think Anaheim advances. Hawks, Wild. It's going to be a great series.
You think so?
I think it's going to be a good series. I see that one going at least 6.
I don't know. I think the Ducks. The Ducks. I think that the Blackhawks in 5.
Wow.
In 5.
All right. Well,
I'm
we'll see
saying
where
right
we are
now.
next week. So we'll roll on into our local segment here. We're a little behind, but that's the way it is. So just tracking the guys that have had the local connections here. So out of the playoffs, Kyle Ekposo from the Islanders. He had 2 goals and an assist and was +1. Bobby Ryan, your boy, had the 2 goals finally and was +1. Probably thanks to one of those goals. Well, it had to be.
Yeah.
And James Neal out with 1 goal and 5 assists.
What was his plus minus?
He was even, believe it or
Even.
not.
Okay.
16 minutes of ice time. So still in the
Do you
hunt.
see? He got a bad. He did a bad embellishment. Did you see that call? Did you see that? The guy did cross check him. I don't think the ref would have called the cross check.
Yep.
So he kind of dove to get the call. He did get the call for the cross check and also got the embellishment. So
I don't, if you're going to call embellishment, don't call don't call the hook.
But see, but like I've done it before too, where a guy would be hooking me, and I would dive because the ref just isn't seeing it like the way that this guy's really stopping me from going the way I want to go. So there is both ways because I definitely did dive on the ground and I flop my arms and I throw the stick, make sure the stick hits the ice. Yeah, you do
lost everything.
Let the stick hit the ice really loud, draw attention, So I
Should've
know
been a
that
soccer
both
player.
can happen,
Yeah, you should have been a soccer player.
Yeah, Anthony, my son, always. It's his biggest pet peeve. He always goes, "It's a soccer player." Whenever a hockey player thinks faking an injury,
Going like you hit with a 50 cal round. So still in the hunt, Mr. Darling from Chicago had a good streak and is rough again. I think he's pretty much on the bench the rest of the way, and Crawford's going to have to be it for them. Jeff Petrie still no points, +1. He's logging a ton of minutes. He's at
and he's a Buck alum, right?
Yep, Buck alum. He was with Edmonton before that. Matt Bolesky, Pesky Bolesky. He's had a rough one. 4 games, no points, -3.
On a series that they won 4-1, right?
Yep.
They didn't sweep them.
4-0.
4-0. They did
Yeah.
sweep them. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That was the sweep.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So Pesky needs to
Interesting.
get a little more pesky. Let's see. We got a bunch of guys here from the Iowa Wild. We can kind of quickly go through.
Yeah.
Eric Halla, his 6 games, he's got a goal and an assist. Jordan Schroeder only played 1 game so far. We have Jason Zucker, who's up. He's played 6 games. He's got a goal and assist.
he has a great hustle though.
He's just got wheels. That 1 goal he scored, he wrapped around before the goalie even saw him go around. It was unbelievable.
And
speed.
he was one of those guys they sent down.
Yep.
Kept a good attitude of being down here, not knowing I want to get back up there, but wasn't going to come down here. And because players do, they get sent down sometimes. They soak, and I think it's front office management and personal. And if you come down here, good at it, and he did.
And he tore it up.
Tore it up.
Bobby had the same deal.
Bobby did have the same.
Bobby had the same thing. We got Matt Dumba, who
And Drew Miller did too.
Yeah.
Drew Miller could have been
Yep.
up anywhere if he was anywhere else back then when he was an Anaheim prospect or an Anaheim coming up. His brother's up. Ryan Miller's up there making all this money and fame and doing great things. And Drew just it's where I am. I'm going to make the bet, and he did. Yeah.
Toughed it out. So Matt Dumba, 6 games, goalless, -1. Logging about 15 minutes. For a kid who was sent down here for his discipline or lack of discipline, he's really, for him to come out -1 at this point.
What do you think the lack of
series,
discipline was?
I think just trying to do too much. He tries to get a little too flashy sometimes. He's just got to learn a little more.
Oh, okay. So it's on ice stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just discipline play. He's got great tools.
Okay.
He's very much reminds me of Subban, that type of player. Very agile, very mobile defense, good shot, can make a lot of magic happen. Just trying to figure out, when it's the right
So it's
time.
not like Mike Richardson, Carter when they got rid of those guys. That was not on ice stuff.
Right.
So,
Right. They are Dion Phaneuf for anyone like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not tank warfare
Or
anymore.
who's that? Flurry from Calgary.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some. So they used to pay a guy to come sit with him.
Yeah.
And in the season, like when they went on the road. So
Good keeper. Christian Folin hasn't played yet. Darcy Kemper's just been in one game for 23 minutes and has only had, I think it does, 9 shots, I believe all he had. Brodin was in for 6 games, no points at this point.
He's a D guy, right?
So but for him to be even and log in 22 minutes,
That's good.
that's good stuff. Other guys, Eric Cole still out with that spinal contusion. Drew Miller, as aforementioned, 6 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, and is even, logging about 16.5 of ice time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, when we come back to the other state, because see, Derek does his homework. I walked in about, I don't know.
Frank's used to people doing homework for him.
Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes before the show starts, I'm walking in here scratching my butt. Like, oh, what's going on? He's got books in front of him, writing out stuff. Hey, we got to follow this and do that. I said, yeah. Oh, I know that. So, anyway, we're gonna come back. We got to pay some more bills here. Maddie, now Maddie doesn't even look happy. Are you getting bad phone calls in there? Oh, geez, the bill.
My.
Well, let's pay the bills then. Pay the bill.
Yep.
Run the commercial.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid,
I am Bernie Homs,
and I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed. Fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money-back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed rate or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team,
I'll take a call anytime.
and then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're gonna make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
There we are. We're back.
We're back.
Okay, so we got what do we got? The countdown for game. It's Eastern time. It's a 7:00 game.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
we have about 25 minutes to Game 7. You gotta love Game 7.
Gotta love Game 7.
Except for when your team's in them. I always, it's nerve wracking. I remember Flyers Caps one time, and Flyers won it actually, and I think we did it in overtime.
Last time I remember Game 7 was in 03. Montreal against Boston. We came back from a 3-0 deficit to winning Game 7.
Came back just in the score, not the series.
No, the series was down. They were down 3-0. Came back to win in 7.
When was this?
03.
03. Because when the Flyers
03
did
or 04.
Flyers did the Bruins too.
Yeah.
That-
Jose Theodore was our goalie. At
I can
that
throw out the
point.
Flyers all day long.
I know. Yeah, I can tell. All right. Hey, just a couple little things we wanted to
Yeah,
talk
we-
about with local connection. So we had players, but also there's another connection here. The radio announcer for the Ducks, Mr. Steve Carroll. Actually, I got to know him when we were in New Orleans. He was our radio guy down there. Former guy from Philly. He used to do the Flyers radio broadcast as well. He was iCubs and Buccaneers announcer from 81 to 85.
Worked his way up.
Worked his way around. He's
Man.
been around forever. He's a great guy. But
And that, it is funny with the announcers that a lot of announcers go AHL and then they wind up signing with the parent once,
Yep. They got to star for a while and then before they finally hook
right.
on. So
They don't even have like a color guy here. I used to do the color for when Cheeks was here. When he was here, that was Chops.
Yep.
So I used to go on the road. I did 2 or 3 games. I did color for the AHL. I loved it. Loved it. It was so much fun. But you got in trouble if you talk bad about your own team, and I didn't know that. You're not supposed to talk bad about your own team. And there was a time, and let's talk about him right now. Wattier.
yeah,
One
there's
time
our boy
we
Francis
were-
Wattier.
We were in a game in Calgary. We were playing the Flames, but they were over in Iowa City at the time.
Yeah, Quad Cities.
Quad Cities. So he didn't clear a puck 2 or 3 times. He was out on the penalty kill. Watts was, he was doing the penalty kill, and anyway, missed it 3 times. Like hit it up, but the D stopped it. Did it again, and I'm helping with the color, and then they finally scored on it, and I went, "Well, that's what you get." And he said, "Watts has the puck. You cleared it." Well, I got letters and emails, and even from like higher management, like.
Yeah.
Don't say that. And I was like, what? I mean, Watts wouldn't care if I said that because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
probably was
yeah.
like, yeah, I should have cleared it. But anyway, that was one of my fun experiences. So what's up with Watts?
Watts. I'm not sure if the series is over, but he's playing for Portland right now in the AHL.
Which is with who? They used to be the Ducks.
They're still the Ducks, I
Still
believe.
the Ducks.
No,
Norfolk
they're not.
is the Ducks.
You're right. They are. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyways, their series, he tied. They were tied late in the third period. Scored the game winner to put it to, I believe, a 5th game with 2.8 seconds left.
What a great guy to do
Attaboy.
it.
Attaboy.
He was always just a really good guy and just, he's a grinder and, he'll brawl, and he's a huge fan favorite. He is there too. He got the man of the year or something. So
Yeah, he's just a character guy.
Yeah.
Character guy.
he had a rough life too. Don't know if I won't get too much into his story, but it's out there somewhere. But yeah, just kind of was alone for a while, and then met his wife. Isabel's amazing, and her and my wife became good friends for a
We need
while.
to get Watts on the
We
show.
should get Watts.
Yeah.
I mean, he's too French Canadian. Maybe we can understand him.
Yeah,
you will
we get
understand him.
subtitles.
You can translate for him.
Yeah, we get subtitles or
Okay.
something. Actually, he was with Texas when I was there. So actually, follow up on something from last week. We had a discussion about the first Iowa-born NHLer.
Yes.
And the name of Russ Anderson came up from initial search. I did a little more digging on that, and the water gets muddier from there. Elite Prospects has him HockeyDB has him listed as being born in Des Moines.
Yes.
Elite Prospects has him listed as being in Minneapolis. HockeyReference.com has him being born in Minneapolis.
Uh-oh.
Ice Hockey Wiki has him listed as Des Moines.
Okay.
HockeyDB, as I said, has him as Des Moines. And one site, which I know has got to be one of your personal favorites, DropYourGloves.com,
Yeah, yep.
because he was somewhat the pugilist. He
Yeah.
did like to
went
try
at
and
it.
break noses. Has him listed as being born in Des Moines. So we're going to have to find this guy.
3-2.
So 3-2 right now. We're going to have to get a tiebreaker.
We do have to find, and I've heard now, since we brought this up to the show, I've got a couple emails and a couple Facebook messages about him. And from what I understand, everyone that said it, they think he was from Des Moines. And then I heard he was also a pro roller player.
Really?
So I got to look. I started to look into it, and we're real busy in our season right now, so I'm got to track it all the way down. But I want to find out if this is true. But I don't remember he played when in the 80s.
Yeah, it's like 84 or something.
So I don't remember any rower.
Yeah,
but maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure whenever we're wrong, I hear about it.
Chances are we're
going to hear about it. Maddie's already telling me I'm wrong on something.
She's shrugging her shoulders, rolling her eyes back there. So, okay, so this segment we're going to get into local news, what's happening with our associations and whatnot. I'm going to roll down what's happening with ice, and Frank's going to throw in a little bit about what's happening on wheels.
Yeah.
So, what's going on with Des Moines Youth? We've got Spring Learn to Play is underway right now. We're looking at doing another one starting in August. Dates are going to be announced. You can look on the Des Moines Youth website. Basically, you need skates. After that, if you need equipment just to try it out, we have rental equipment available, helmets, sticks, the whole thing, to keep your kid protected. The whole idea, learn to play, get you exposed, get you on your feet, learn the basics, have a bit of fun. And hopefully light the fire into making you want to be a lifetime player and student of the game like we are.
Yeah, I mean,
there's some career aspiration for you. Champions Hockey Academy is coming up in July 27th through the 31st at Metro, and you can look at
Kraus coming into town.
Krause's coming back.
So he's the equipment manager for who now?
Portland.
Okay, but he was with Phoenix for a while. Then he went over to
Phoenix. That's who owns Portland.
That's who it is. Yep. So anyway, great guy. Worked with him.
We'll get him on the show when he's in town.
Yes, absolutely. We can talk, and we'll talk about the academy.
Or maybe even Marty.
Maybe,
yeah, that'd be great. You can find them on championshockeyacademy.com, or you can also find it on the links under camps on Des Moines Youth Hockey. Des Moines Youth Hockey registration, we're looking at starting in early August. The season will be starting in October, and we're looking at about the same schedule right now for select travel tryouts in early September. Iowa AAA, they're looking to have tryouts May 22nd and 23rd at Metro Arena, ages from birth year of 97 to 04. The Wild Guys, there you go. The AAA Wild Guys are doing Monday night skills clinics from ages birth years 2007 through high school. $25 a session. The groups are put together by age group, and it's actually a pretty robust hour. The kids are always moving, and a lot of good stuff going on there.
And you guys are still doing that now Monday?
Yes.
So we're going against each other, like our Farm Tough and that.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Hey, there's enough hockey going around,
That's
man.
good.
There's enough hockey going around.
People got skates on their feet and stick on the ice.
I don't care where they're going, as long as they're going.
Except for Maddie. I don't want Maddie playing.
Not right now.
No, not right now.
No.
She's probably just be a brawler anyway.
Coming up, there's an Ironman 3-on-3 tournament at Metro. You can check it out on their website, which is Iowa Wild AAA. So that's Iowa Wild AAA.com.
They're not alcoholics, right? That was 3 A's. I'm sorry.
3 A's.
3 A's. I got it.
That's like the battery.
Okay, so they're not anonymous.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know if they're doing what their steps are. It's a very interesting format for this. Everything gets mixed around. Goalie swap teams, player swap teams. You get point. It's more than just points total. It's an individual, but a team sport. So you play as a team, but you get credit for period wins, goals, assists, plus minus.
Wow.
So you get
a stack thing then more?
Yep. They track up.
It's like fantasy. You're a fantasy hockey player.
Right. Basically. You change period. The goalies change teams every period. You get points for a period win. You get points for your plus minus. So it's not just goal scores. Ironman 3-on-3. So it's $99. You can find it on their website.
Is it a whole weekend or is it a day? Just one day?
It is over 2 days.
2 days.
6 games over 2 days.
So if you keep winning, do you get to stay on? Is it like that?
Everybody plays 6 games.
Everyone plays 6 games.
And then they track everyone individually.
I think we should do it where a team plays and they get, just like when you play ball down on like the hood, I got called next.
Yeah.
Right? And then whoever wins gets to stay on.
Yeah. It's like pool.
I'm going to get onto this.
Yeah.
That's Ironman hockey right there.
It's Pee Wee and Bantam Age, I believe, is what I had. Pee Wee and Squirt, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And they're looking to expand that next year. So summer hockey camps, also they have Monday to Friday. It's basically day camps. You can do half day, full days. Find the details on their website. Also, they have a premier summer camp coming up for 15 years plus.
It's all at Metro?
This is all at Metro.
Okay.
Monday through Thursday, 90 minutes on the ice, 60 minutes after for off-ice training and debrief. So it's a very good program. You have 30 minutes of power skating, 30 minutes of skills and drills, 30 minutes of scrimmage, and you get the benefit of the 60 minutes after.
You coaching?
I will probably be roped into doing the goalie coaching for that again, I'm sure. So, and as usual, they have private lessons available. So any of those things you can contact Max at metroice.com or iowawildaaa.com.
Not alcoholics.
No.
Okay. So, and then this weekend,
Over
and
you on Wheels.
Yeah. Wheels this weekend is pretty amazing. We actually got a big tournament in town this weekend. 40 teams.
Wow.
Coming to play us. Well, we'll play the other teams too, but
I'd say you're going to be tired.
we are going to be tired. We are going to be tired, actually. Friday, I think we start at 6 in the evening, goes until 9. It's quick start off. And then Saturday, 6 a.m., 10 p.m., all day, skate west. We got Lincoln in town. We got Kansas City, Omaha. I think there's one other team coming in, but all coming to play our boys. And, we're the team to beat.
Coming to get
year.
it handed to them, eh?
Coming to get it. I mean, we just, our Des Moines Explosion team, our 10U A team just went up to Detroit and took gold in AA, which, look, taking gold in any of those tournaments up in Detroit is, you're playing the best of the best.
Yep.
And we got some really good kids this year. And last year, they were 8Us, and they did really well. So most of them went up this year, and we did it. So super stoked, super proud of our boys. I stayed back and let Coach Cooker go up there and hang with the kids, and he did an amazing job and went undefeated.
Nice.
So, and we even had a shutout, which is really rare in roller, especially in that competitive and that talent. We even had it. So we have a killer little goalie, and just a maniac. Love him. Love the kid. So
Gotta love goalies.
Yeah, and he's a weird one, and I love him. He knows he's weird, and he's Brad. And I had to talk to him yesterday. I'll go over. We had practice yesterday, and he's making these amazing saves. Just horseshoe drill. Horseshoe drill is where everyone stands around the net and just drills, And it stops almost all of them. And he had some big boys and some nice shooters on it. My son, Cooker's kid, and he's always got the swagger, right? And I pulled him aside and I said, "Man, you're so good." I said, "You're such a great. You're really coming along." I said, "But I don't think you're going to get over this until you start loving the game, because he doesn't. He just loves being an athlete.
Yep.
And he doesn't really watch hockey, but he just knows he's really good at it." And I was like, "You're gonna get there once you start loving this game."
Yeah.
And I had this talk right on the rink with him, like right in between sessions, and he's just he's like, "Okay, So anyway, we won the gold. So now everyone actually is coming in to play the national champs this weekend. So anyone wants to come out this weekend, come out to Skate West. Tons of stuff going on. We put on a big show. It's big production. A lot of parents and people helping out. So concessions, and just come out and watch some great, amazing hockey, and how we move the puck is we're getting known. People are starting to ask us if they borrow kids still. Well, they've always kind of asked if they can borrow our kids for other states. So it's been a real good.
Not bad for not a hockey market, eh?
Not a hockey market at all.
No, not at all.
So
Not at all.
that's going on. Plus we have our Farm Tough, which Farm Tough will come back later on. I think we're different times for the champ, so that's good. Our Farm Tough system. We have a camp here. It's packed.
Yep.
Not a farm. It's not a hockey market.
No.
We're turning people away.
Yep.
So it's there's a lot going on in this town for hockey, and I hope that people just start catching on, and they are. It's so funny today. I'm in the store and I see a guy wearing a Wild hat and a Bucks hat, like 2 seconds from each other, and it's just you just like, it's here.
Yep.
It is here.
Can't fight it.
The other state, I love it. So we're gonna come back, pay some bills, because we went long on that one because Maddie's not even doing her job. She's just like in there.
She's awake. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's picking her nose. So, okay, get us running our commercials, and let's get our last segment in here.
Come back for overtime.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places, especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's AMCO on Hickman Road in front of Kmart, and it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give AMCO on Hickman a chance to serve you. And tell them Max sent you.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
That's you.
That's me. I'm on. Okay. So, talking, we're talking, even off the air, we're talking hockey.
I know.
It doesn't stop. Okay. So the other state of hockey. So we're going to finish this out with, we got this funny segment. I like this. We're talking about,
Yep.
Do you want to go with the chirps first? Because I like that. Or what do you want to go with first?
Just a quick observation, actually. I see that today, the Orioles and the White Sox are actually playing in a no-fan situation because of the situation going on in Baltimore.
Yeah. Brutal.
And actually did some looking, and actually it has happened. That situation has happened here before,
right?
With a game being played with nobody in the stands. And I believe the Iowa Energy have done that pretty much in every home game last year. All right, just kidding, just kidding. The iCubs actually did it in 2012 when there was a flood.
They played here.
Stadium looked like an island. They had to, I'm not sure how they got the teams in there, but they played with nobody in the barn. That's got to be hard to play. I don't know if it's ever been done in hockey.
With no one in the stands?
No one in the stands.
You know what, though? I think that once a game gets going, I mean, many times, like when our kids or people I know played in front of a big crowd for the first time, they always say they forgot all about it.
Yeah.
I think you played too. I one time played a game against, he was running for president. He's now our Secretary of State, dude from Boston. Hey, he's married to... Hey,
the guy with the big head.
Yeah, guy with the big head. Who's the Secretary of State there, Matty?
John Kerry.
John Kerry.
The Canadian just answered that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Two Americans are like, he played, when he was running for president, he came here to play in a... Did you play in that game?
No, I remember hearing about it, though.
Yeah, so he played with the firefighters.
Yeah.
Who were the goons at the time in our men's league. And they needed a good team. They needed a team to play, and the only team they could find was us. So we played, and it was my buddy Jerry Weiss and Cooker, who I'm coaching with still. And that place was packed. The Bucks Arena was like 3,000 people.
Wow.
We played this game, and it was like the scoreless game for the first two periods. Like, just no one wanted to make any mistakes, And so anyway.
Did he wear a helmet? I'm curious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He wore all
all
American stuff. I mean, it was pretty obnoxious. He was good though. So he cheap shots my goalie. He comes down on almost a breakaway.
Yeah.
He's old, but he was fast. And he came on a breakaway. Goalie saves it. And his name is Keys here, Eric Keys, a friend of mine, right? When everyone turned to go the other way, he whacked Keys upside the head with the stick.
Nice.
And I was following the play. I came back
one
up.
vote he didn't get.
You can ask anybody. I went up behind Kerry and put my stick right between his legs.
Ooh.
From behind. So I caught him up in the cup area.
Yeah.
And
you gave him a tickle?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and look, no matter who he was, I mean, that's Secret Service and all. I mean, dude was...
There's probably sniper scopes trained on you at that point.
I did it to him. He turned around, and I was like, yo, you just cheap shot at my goal. And he goes, oh, sorry. Like, he acted like he didn't know. He acted like he didn't know. He knew. Yo, my goalie's bell was rung.
Yep.
He was dazed. He hit him pretty hard.
Didn't make him look good.
But about the crowd, I forgot about the crowd was even there.
Yeah.
You used to.
Just get caught up. So anyways, we just got a collection here, a couple things we wanted to throw in. This is kind of like the potpourri section, I guess. Collection of a bunch of chirps.
I don't want to be potpourri.
We won't call that. Save that for Alex Trebek.
You're a gumbo guy.
Yeah, gumbo. There you go. Just throw everything in there. It all comes out the same. So this is just a collection of chirps.
Maddie, write this down.
So-
Gumbo section now.
Yeah. So what chirps are basically is people just giving each other the gears and just smart comments and, being.
Somebody in this room's really good at it.
Some are particularly good at it. So the first one
really
came
good at
off. This is directed at a ref. Was asking if his visor was prescription.
Wait a minute. We got to do that one.
Oh, you better find that.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I should have been booed. That was
All
all
right.
right. That was okay.
So this is referring to one of Frank's favorites.
That's a pretty easy one.
It was.
Good.
It was.
That's good.
So referring to a player's worst plus minus, referring to the guy winning the green jacket. So you got to know your golf.
That's good. A golf reference. I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Let's see. We'll get a little.
This one here is directed at goalies.
Go ahead.
And hey, goalie, I've seen coupons that save more.
Oh,
That's not bad. That's not bad. To the guys,
did I say that one again? I want to see how
I've
that
seen
playing.
coupons save more.
Okay. That's all right. That's
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I could see saying that on the fly.
The guy's wearing the full facial bubble thing. Hey, nice fishbowl. You find Nemo yet?
Or find the pot. Yeah. Find the Nemo because you ain't finding it in the net. So
Exactly.
So you got to go on with it. You know what I mean? You got to really dig.
Yeah.
I love when you tell a guy like, you're not even relevant in this game, dude.
More
Like, you gotta-
psychological.
And you've heard some of my chirps. I mean, my chirps are I start talking about prison life. You mess around with it. You heard it.
I've seen the end result of it too.
So-
Yeah. This is directed at a goalie. Switch to Geico. You'll save more. Okay. Great goalie. Just has a problem with pucks. I believe that one's been directed at me several times. Hey, does Reebok make a mop head we can put into that shaft? That one's a little rough. Hey, ref, I thought only horses and cows could sleep standing up.
Okay. That sounds like something a Canadian would say.
Yeah. This one's set after an early goal. So first, right after the initial puck drop.
Yeah.
Said they scored so fast the anthem singer was +1.
That's right. I've heard that one. And that is a good one. You hear it like that, it is good one.
Yep.
So
My favorite
Go
one
ahead.
is, hey, ref, I got your cell phone. 4 missed calls.
yeah. And I've heard a coach re-say that to a ref who had already heard the line, and he had a pretty good dig back. I forget what it was, but it was something like, it was your wife, coach, or something like that. It was pretty good. So now I've heard, actually, I seen one of the refs we were at this saucer toss tournament. That's pretty fun. I actually teamed up with your boy, Jason was my partner. We got swept in the first round, by the way. But we got the toughest road. We did. We had to play 2 Des Moines Buccaneers.
And Capitals.
2 Capitals. So
Jason said you let him down, but it's okay.
you know, it's funny. He said something to me at the tournament. And I said, "Are you kidding?" But he seemed a little upset, so I just let him out. I said, "Okay, Jason, you're good." So chirps though. I want to go back to chirps though because I had a couple good ones. When I was reffing one time, a guy got me really good, and I even said that was a good one. So I called a call for an embellishment earlier in the game, which started this big argument the rest of the game. But there was an embellishment. The guy definitely got checked, and I called him. I had my arm up for the check, and then he still did the flop, big old flop. Gave him both penalties. He called me a derogatory name for a gay man, which I won't use in the air because I won't use the F word for a gay man. And I said, "Oh, hate speech? You're gone." Kicked him out. It's exactly what you're gone, right?
That's
he was
good.
the captain of the team, like Iowa City or whatever. Oh, these are men now. And so I kick him out. So later on, this melee breaks out, and I'm breaking up. And in the middle of that, this big guy on their team comes over and goes, because they know now if you say something to me, I'm probably going to kick you out or I'm going to give you a penalty. He comes over and goes, "Well, you can't give me a penalty for thinking, can you?" And I was like it just caught me off. I was like, "What? Can't give me a penalty for thinking?" I said, "No, I guess not." He goes, "Because my whole team thinks you suck." So that was pretty, I was like, "Oh, that's good." And actually, I think he said a couple curse words in there. And I was like, "Oh, that's good." Some of the other ones I've always kind of liked were I would be going at it. And the reason why I brought up the saucer toss because there was the ref was there that I had gone at it with before. And I turned the tables on him one time when he said something to me about this isn't girl hockey. And I know it was an off comment. You know, he's a great guy. I know. I mean, he works with children. I mean, he's a really good guy. So I said, "What do you have against women?" And I started screaming it from the bench because he said the girl
remember
comment.
that game.
Yeah, you were coaching with me. And he didn't. He was like, "Whoa!" Like he knew he shouldn't have said that anyway. Because I mean, hockey is a sport for girls, right?
Absolutely.
And he knows it was just an off comment. And Anyway, but I never had a ref kind of back down from me before. They usually tell me to shut up. I mean, that's their.
I just kept thinking, okay, Frank's gone. Who's going to serve the bench?
I didn't
manager?
get one bench minor
Not one
all year.
Nope.
And that's I got one at State Wars for cursing, slipped, just what that something like that.
Yep.
But chirping is I love it, and it's one of I've taught my son to do it, and he does. You've coached him. You'll see his little head moving the whole game.
Can't hear him through the fishbowl, but it's coming out.
Yeah, something's coming out. You know he's not being nice, but. So I love that part of the game.
Yeah.
And you've kind of coached against it sometimes. It's style for people,
Yeah.
and you say keep it between the whistles. And I'm always like, someone touches your goalie, say something. Or like if someone boards one of your guys, I want the whole bench to start yelling. You better try it out on me. And and this is the reason why I do it, and I get why you do it. It's penalties, and retaliation penalties. The reason why is when I was younger, I got in some trouble. You know the story. Got put in jail when I was a kid and was messing around. But anyway, I played for this football team, and I was the only white kid. And I'll never forget the first time the black dude started picking up for me after they started seeing me play. And ever since then, I was always like, it's the greatest thing is to stand up for each other. So if you have any comments, questions,
Suggestions, insults.
Yeah, the suggestions are going to be get off the show.
Yeah,
I know. I can hear them already. One's going to come from that ref, by the way. So, who's a good guy. Hit us up on Facebook, The Other State of Hockey.
The Other State of Hockey on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, keep the show running. Keep the show running, Maddie. Don't turn me off this overtime. On our Facebook wall, I got this comment, and I noticed it too. It says the local hockey. The first thing you put up there, Canada.
Yeah.
You have Canadian stuff up there.
Well, it was on my phone.
Okay. And I was like, you got it. First thing he puts up, well, we're the local show, Canada. And I was like, what are we doing? But it's there. I like it. Don't mind it. But I've heard two other people say it too.
Nice.
He said, oh, yeah, you guys so local. That's why it has all Canada stuff on there. And I was like, we don't have all Canada stuff.
Well, it's a Canadian game, but we'll if we get more stuff to put on there, I'll gladly replace it. How's that?
It's a Canadian game, but this is the game I want to play in heaven.
Yep. It's God's favorite sport.
It definitely is. God loves hockey players, and
whoever he or she is.
Whatever. All I know is when I die, I want to play with some of the greats and be on that ice and be on the first line and get the call. That's what I want. That's my heaven. So, and I think that's this is my church. Love the game. Talk with anyone about it. You ever see me? Do you want to talk hockey? But if you say fight, I'm going to punch you in the mouth because I can't stand when you're at a game. It's all you hear, fight. All right.
Yeah.
Or I went to, what's that worst joke? I went to a boxing match and a hockey game.
Game broke out.
Worst joke I've ever heard, and I tell people that when I hear it. And it's sometimes like some old lady thinks it's I heard this because she knows I'm a hockey guy. Stupid joke. Maddie tried that joke on me one time. Yeah.
So hit us up on Facebook.
Yes.
Text
Facebook.
us. Get a hold of us. Like our Facebook page.
Yeah, and give us some suggestions. If you know someone wants to be on the show, talk. You want to come on, talk about what you got going on. Get a hold of us. We're more than happy to do this. So
get the word out.
Our hour's come and gone, and the puck is about to drop. So let's get watching the game, and see you next week, same time, Wednesday. And then this runs anytime you want to watch it. So peace out. Other Side of Hockey, or Other State of Hockey. There you go.